Hello, welcome back to Habit, Heart, and Possibility. Today, we are going to upcycle some Christmas cards. Today, actually, I am going to use some Christmas cards I haven't actually used. These were from a Happy Planner box that I actually never used. They were from the I forget the name of the box, but it had all the Happy Holiday stuff in it. But I didn't get a chance to use them. I suppose I could still use them, but I wanted to use them in this spread. So this one says warm wishes. I may or may not cut these out with my gyro cutter. It says warm wishes to you and yours this holiday season. And this one, have a cup of cheer. And then just has this little thing right here. I also am going to use the Winter Charm sticker book. I think that these right here are going to go very well with this. This is the new sticker book in Happy Planner. This is the week of Christmas. So I thought that would go well. I especially want to use, oh, there it is, the stamps. I thought that would go well with the Christmas cards. I did also pull out these washi tapes and the Happy Holiday sticker book, just in case there were stuff that went with these that could go with it. These three right here specifically did come with that box. The bows here I think would go very nicely because there's a lot of bows here, and these colors really do complement them. So if I need some washi, I did pull these out. So we will see if we use those, and I will link anything I use down below in the description. All right, so let's get started. I haven't fully decided how I want to put these in here. I think I want to use them kind of, I don't know if I want to overlap them and put them in the middle, or just kind of, I want them on the page. I don't want to cut them up so much completely. I do like that they are both, I might cut these, like tear them. Maybe I can gyro cut that out. That's just plain white, so I won't probably use that part. But let's see, let me get my mat and start cutting some of this out and how I'd like to use it here, but I don't see being able to use it as a whole. I think I can cut out these mugs and then cut this out as a saying to put separately, but on the same page, or to balance it out. And then cut this out and then kind of use this side, tear it two separate ways and put them opposite. So let's get this cut out and see what we can do. All right, here's my gyro cutter. Okay. Where to start? It's always better to pull down, so let's see. Also doesn't always work with straight lines as well, but we'll see how we do. I'm also not working on perfection. I kind of like the uneven lines on this. I'm not trying to be perfect with it. So this is a great idea. If you end up with, like me, I end up with lots of Christmas cards like afterwards. For years when my kids were younger, or after my husband and I had first gotten married, you send out the Christmas cards to like everyone from like high school, and then you have to send them out to everyone your parents know, everyone your in-laws know, and then it just like before you know it, you're sending out hundreds of Christmas cards, and then they all send one back to you. And you do this every year for a while until you're like, listen, I can't be sending out this many Christmas cards every year. It's expensive. But then everybody, you start doing the photo ones, and everybody wants to see, how the kids have grown. And so those ones I don't get rid of. But even so, the other ones, when there's a nice cute one, I save them. And I used to do a lot of scrapbooking. I still have a lot of stuff left over. I did, I don't know if it's still around. I haven't done the scrapbooking in a while or looked into it in a bit, but I used to do creative memories when my kids were little. Or actually, I think that was before I had my kids. But yeah, so yeah, I don't even think I've scrapbooked my wedding yet. Like, it's been years. And I've been married for 22 years. So, crazy. Crazy. But you end up with a lot of cards, and you just don't want to get rid of them. And I always save them for, things like this. And I never used them. And I suppose I could have pulled those out, but then they might not have matched the stickers that I have. So this is what I chose. Oops, I want to go around that. But I don't want you to go out and buy brand new Christmas cards to do this. Use old ones. And don't save ones from this year and put them in a special place that you'll remember. Put them with your stickers so you don't lose them. Maybe even put a sticky note on them that says what you're going to use them for. Because I've done that before too. You set things aside, put them somewhere in your craft room, and you forget what you're using them for. And you go and do something else with what your plan was. And you're like, oh yeah, I set that aside for that, and then I did something else. I know I'm not the only one. I can't be. Nice, nice, nice. Getting pretty good at this gyro cutter. Takes a little practice. This thing is awesome, but you gotta use different pressures with different material, and you gotta get it right. And so often I try to be lazy and I won't use the mat, and you really should. I've cut through so many things just trying to be quick and easy and not, you know. So if you don't know what this gyro cutter is, it is a craft knife, but it swivels so that you can go easily around curves. Like you can see that that's what I'm doing, obviously, but It's very nice. I haven't tried any other ones, but I hear that the other ones are not as good as the gyro cuts. But I cannot say that for sure because I have not tried them. So, comment below if you have and whether that's true or not. Let me know. But I am happy with the gyro cutter, so. There we go. Perfect. All right. Clean up that mess. All right. And we have our pieces cut out. And this, which I kind of want to do it the right way. Too much. Need to do that maybe. And I got to do the same thing up here. Look all right. Okay. All right. So I should get those down. I love adding things like this to my calendar and my spreads and stuff, but it can get very thick when you do too many like this and not just stickers, but I don't do it too often, but it's fun. Like I said, I did used to do the scrapbooking and that was a lot of fun. Probably should finish up the pictures that I have, but everything's like digital now and I never print the stuff. They just stay on my phone for like ever. Guess I really just need to get on that. I take more videos than I do pictures, so what do you do with that? I don't know. There we go. All right, that's there. Now, what do I do with the other ones? I need a sip of my water before I start coughing. Sorry for the slurping, guys. It's a little dry here. Whew. And the weather keeps going really cold and then really warm. It's New England. That's the way it goes. All right. All right, so this is kind of our theme here. Have a cup of cheer. Where should it go? I do want to cover that up, but I don't want to be, don't know if I did all that fancy cutting there, I don't know that I want to put it off there. I do kind of like it here, But then where do I put these? This one's huge. They're all so big. All right. I need to put numbers on here so I know what day is which, and I am not like messing up what day is Christmas here. So Monday is the 22nd. 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Okay. So most likely I will be so busy that I am probably not going to write a lot in this spread. So I'm not worried about having boxes or that these are that big. But I do want some space if I do decide to write something, at least one space per day. I'm not going to have anything on Sunday if I put that there. And I think this is the biggest one, so I really do need to figure out where I want this one. Oh, I could put this all the way over here. I should. Am I okay with that going off the edge though? Am I? Am I? I think I might be okay with it going off the edge. Yeah, I'm okay with it going off the edge. All right. How far off the edge do I want it? I think that's fine. All right, let's put that. If you didn't get to watch this week or last week's, check it out. Oops, not cut the rest of this. It looks like it came off a little bit. This was mischief elves and shelves. A little bit down here too. Some was a little bit of an upcycle as well with um my kids' elf on a shelf stuff. Kind of cut off the warm part, but that's okay. It's okay. I'm okay with that. Let's clean this stick. Scissors. That down there in the garbage. All right. Where do I want these? I wonder, can I get it here? Around? I can. Look at that. I think I'm putting this up there because it looks perfect. All right. That's where it's going. This is hard. The candy cane. I want to glue it over the top of the calendar because I don't want to get the tape on the calendar. Of course, there's always if I get it on the desk, I'll glue the calendar to the desk too. Have you ever done that? Some in there. All right. All right. How did I have that? Did I have it going this way? On either side of there? I think that's where I had it. All right. Perfect. Looks so fun. I love hot beverages. Love hot chocolates. You can put like all sorts of creamers and stuff in them. I know people like coffees for that reason, but I am a chocolate girly, and hot chocolate with all sorts of flavors is just that is like the ultimate for me. Right. I think this should go here. Kind of feels like that's the balance. And I think that's it right there. All right, let's get some of those stickers in here. These two look like they might be hot chocolate. This one could be anything. The way they do hot beverages these days, the coffees, the lattes, the espressos with all these, you know, whipped cream and everything else on them. I'm going to use this one and this one because the colors match. And I am going to put it right here and right. Because I will be going to the gym that day and this day. I usually go Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but seeing how Wednesday is Christmas Eve, that will not be happening because my family does Christmas Eve celebration. My mom's family's last name started with two A's. So her parents convinced her and her sister that Santa had to come to their house on Christmas Eve because their last name was first in the alphabet. So during dinner is when Santa came. So they would sit at the table at dinner time, and their parents, my grandparents, would take turns getting up during dinner. My grandfather would take a turn, go upstairs, and put a bunch of presents on this pulley system they had created, this platform or whatever, and crank it outside this window and crank it down to the window outside of the living room window and set the present and then come back. And then my grandmother would get up and excuse herself and she'd go out and she'd pull the presents in and put them under the tree. And they'd take a few turns to do this for, while dinner was going on. It was a very long dinner. And then after dinner, they would go and open their presents because Santa came on Christmas Eve. So we do a Christmas Eve thing. All right. So what else should we do? Oh, I want to use these stamps. All right. What goes well? They're pink and green, but I'm still using stamps. How are we getting them in here? So there's pinks and that in here. We can do pink and red ones. Candy cane one might work. Get the pink and red in there. Oh, I can put it on here. Nice contrast. What else? Pink and red. Ooh, this one makes sense. Oops, I'm liking this. All right. What else? What else do we have that I'm liking? Let's do that over here. Snowman. It's got a lot of, I know it's big. Let me move these around a little bit. I think the snowman needs to go there. I'll put the tree here. That's the direction that best fits there. Let's turn this one. This one has more space. There we go. All right, two there, two there. Let's put another one over here. And now let's put some throughout. That matches this. It's going to go over here somewhere. This candy cane. I don't want it right next to that candy cane, but I think it needs to be over here somewhere. This one looks like a letter. Right here. Santa Claus. Actually, let's put Santa Claus on Christmas Day. Silly me. Santa Claus on Christmas. Yeah. Just filling it in. I'll write around it if I need to. Gingerbread man. I used them all. I have the hat. I have the tree. I have this one. I have no. I don't have the sock. I don't think. Do I have a sock? I don't have a sock. Let's put the sock down, and then I have them all. Where would I put the sock? I think the sock would be great over here. The sock would probably fit over here. Let's move this down. Yay, I got 3 over there. I did great. I feel like I need things up here. What do I need up there? I need dots. Look at all these dots. Do I have dots in here? I do have dots. We're going to put dots around here. Color dots do we need? We have dots. We're using all the dots. Well, all the colors. I don't think we'll use all these dots. We're just going to spread them around. I have 2 dots stuck together already. How did I do that? What do you think? You think it looks balanced? Might kind of look like it's got the Christmas mumps. Whatever. It's fun, and I can still write on it. All right. So this is my upcycled Christmas card spread with lots of polka dots, Still has plenty of room to write. I can write in and out of here. I could probably put some more boxes, maybe. Yeah, let's put a few more boxes in here. Little ones that I can fit in and out. I have a couple more I can fit in here just in case. I'll have one on every day. That way I know I've got something I can write down. Somewhere I can write something down every day. Or write something down every day. Where should I put this one? I'll put this one down here. Oh, I'll put this one over here. It's weird there. I'll put it here. It's kind of a bright color. And then this big noted one is going to go up here under this. Here we go. So I've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and maybe I'll just leave the weekend as is. May have a couple of little ones that I can put somewhere. Hmm. Hmm. Got those. I'll use these. Probably stick these in other places too. They're kind of like more dots. Sunday. Saturday. Move this red dot. Oops. I just drew that red dot. I'm sorry. That way, just in case I need to write something down other than the gym, I can put that down on Monday. And we'll do one on Friday as well, just in case. We'll do that right here. Or here. There we go. There we go. Feel better. Now it's still quite busy, but we have boxes. All right, and I didn't actually use any of the Holly stuff other than the Christmas cards. So yeah. All right, so this is this spread. And I'm going to write down that on the bottom. Upcycled Christmas.